We'll talk in this lesson about cloud security and compliance services. Now, these services aim to protect data, applications, and the associated infrastructure of cloud computing. So, as more businesses shift to cloud platforms, ensuring the security and compliance of their operation in these environments has become paramount. So first, let's start off with the cloud security services, and these services help in safeguarding cloud-based data and applications from threats, intrusions, and other vulnerabilities. Now, around cloud security, there are six main key features. First, we've got data security, and data security refers to the protective measures, protocols, and strategies that are implemented to ensure data is safe from unauthorized access, corruption, or theft. And then we've got availability, which ensures that cloud resources, applications, and data are available and accessible when needed. So any disruption in availability can lead to operational hiccups, financial losses, and also damage to brand reputation. So services like load balancing and redundant architectures often aid in maintaining high availability. And then we've got DRBC, or disaster recovery and business continuity planning. Now, DR and BC planning involve creating strategies and procedures to recover data and ensure business operations continue in the event of disasters, whether natural or man-made. So in case of unexpected events like server crashes, data breaches, or natural calamities, DRBC plans ensure minimal business disruption and quick recovery of lost data. After that, we've got governance, and governance in cloud security involves the framework of policies, procedures, and guidelines that dictate how the cloud environment is set up, used, and managed. So proper governance ensures that cloud resources are used efficiently, costs are managed, and compliance requirements are met. Now, compliance ensures that cloud services and the way they are used adhere to the external regulations and internal policies. So as regulations around data protection and privacy become stringent, businesses must ensure their cloud operations comply with these regulations to avoid legal complications and penalties. And last but not least, we've got identity and access management, or IAM. Now, IAM involves tools and processes that manage who can access cloud resources and what they can do once they have access. So by controlling access, businesses can ensure that only authorized personnel can access sensitive data, and thereby reducing the risk of data breaches. So in essence, cloud security services encompass a multifaceted approach to protect data and resources stored in the cloud. So it's not just about preventing breaches, but also about ensuring smooth operations, adherence to regulations, and building trust with end users. Now, as to compliance services or cloud compliant services, these are services that ensure that cloud-based operations adhere to external regulations and internal policies. And of course, we have already talked about this just now. So this image in here provides a structured breakdown of various aspects of cloud compliance services, grouping them into four categories. We've got compliance laws, compliance regulations, compliance standards, and compliance frameworks. Now, in compliance laws, we've got the European Union's General Data Protection Regulation, or the GDPR. And this is a significant data protection law enacted by the European Union that impacts any organization processing the personal data of the European Union citizens. So this law emphasizes the protection of personal data, which is commonly known as personally identifiable information, like names, addresses, and phone numbers. So businesses must ensure that this data is protected, transparently processed, and can be erased upon the request of the data subject. And then after that, we've got the compliance regulations. And here, The Health Information Portability and Accountability is a U.S. regulation that ensures the protection and confidential handling of protected health information. So this emphasis is on protecting health information, which includes doctor visit notes, x-rays, blood work results, and other medical data. So organizations dealing with PHI or protected health information must have protective measures in place to ensure the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of such data. We also have the Payment Card Industry Data Security Standard, which is a global regulation that governs the handling of credit card information to reduce fraud. So it requires the protection of credit card numbers and their associated data, such as the 3-digit security code and expiration date. So any organization processing, storing, or transmitting credit card data should be PCI DSS compliant or Payment Card Industry Data Security Standard compliant. After that, we've got the compliance standards. Now here we have the International Standards Organization and the International Electrotechnical Committee or IEC in the 27000 series, and these are globally recognized standards that provide recommendations on information security management. So this series of documents covers best practices for information security management, spanning from physical security to network security. So achieving ISO IEC 27001 certification, for example, signifies that an organization meets international standards in managing and safeguarding data. And after that, we've got compliance frameworks, and here we've got the NIST CSF or the Cybersecurity Framework. Now this is developed by the National Institute of Standards and Technology, and the NIST CSF provides guidelines to help businesses understand and manage cybersecurity risks. So the NIST CSF is built on 5 primary pillars: identity, protect, detect, respond, and recover. So these pillars are supplemented by 3 key components: framework, core, and implementation tiers, and framework profile. So organizations can use this framework to develop a comprehensive cybersecurity strategy. So in conclusion, cloud compliance services help organizations ensure that they adhere to various laws, regulations, standards, and frameworks when they operate in a cloud environment. So such services often involve assessments, audits, and guidance to ensure that cloud operations are in line with these compliance requirements.